Hi folks, the Mighty Jingles here. We're back in the garage with the T25/2. In my other video about this thing, I've talked about how I don't really like it that much, and that hasn't changed. It's a Tier 7 tank destroyer with a gun that's good enough for a Tier 6 tank destroyer. Great gun on the Hellcat. A little underwhelming on the T25/2 here at Tier 7. But in a Tier 7 game, or a Tier 8 game, it's still a perfectly adequate gun. It's just when you get into Tier 9 and 10 battles that this 90mm gun starts to feel like a burden. And that's because of the penetration. I mean, even the Russian heavy tank gun's got better penetration than that, and that's saying something. The damage is okay, the accuracy isn't bad, the aiming time is very good, and the rate of fire is okay. It's just the penetration and the damage, which is fine in a Tier 6-7 battle, and to a degree in a Tier 8, but Tier 9 and 10, nah. And I feel that kind of is what lets the tank down. It basically is just a bigger, slower, relatively poorer armed M18 Hellcat. In the M18 Hellcat at Tier 6, that's fine. In this thing, it's just a bit of a letdown. And yet, for some reason, if we have a look at my service record, now I have 4 Boelters Medals. That's for destroying 7 or more enemy tanks, a Tier 4 or higher. So where's my T25/2? Now bear in mind I've got 4 of those medals in total. I don't have many. Come on, there he is. And here's my record with this thing. Even though I don't actually like it, I've got 2 Boelters Medals on a tank that I don't like. Well, you've got 2 Boelters, you've got 2 Top Guns, 2 Confederates, yeah, fairly standard. 72 games I've played this thing, and I've won 60% of them. Okay, in those 72 games I've scored 99 kills, with 8 being the most I've killed in one game. Hit ratio, yeah, well, that's long-range shots with that 90mm gun. And almost 700 average experience per battle. And I just don't get it. I really don't like playing the T25/2, but I do consistently well in it, despite that gun not being all it can be. So, and this really surprised me when I actually was browsing through my stats, and I saw that. I just couldn't understand it, and I still cannot understand it. I don't know why I do so well in this thing when I do. Well, let's have a look at my E50. Where is it? Here we go, E50. Yeah, it's a much better tank. It's a very, very good Tier 9 medium, and I love it. But if you look at my service record in it, 101 games, 47% victory ratio. In those, I didn't even get a kill per game in this thing. A couple of sniper badges, a Confederate badge, and that's it. My record in the E50 is just ridiculously bad. And yet, I prefer playing it. And this is just a mystery to me. So, the T25/2, notwithstanding everything I've said about it, the underwhelming gun, the big targets, the slow turning turrets, the speed not being everything it could be, it's basically just like a downgraded Hellcat, a tier higher. Notwithstanding everything, because it's all absolutely true, it still somehow manages to be a good performing tank. Just to show you what I mean, here's a replay I prepared earlier. So, here it is, T25/2 in an encounter battle on Himmelsdorf. Now, it's a Tier 7 maximum tier match, so you'd expect me to do quite well. But, you are at the mercy of your team. Our team didn't do too well in this one. Luckily, that didn't really matter. And I think I might have, I should have known this in advance, but I think I might have nailed how to play the T25/2. With a bit of experience on the Hellcat, it shouldn't really come as any surprise. So it's an encounter battle on Himmelsdorf, and A lot of the time you see a lot of people will rush to the top of the hill and duke it out there, and it's not a terrible idea. Whoever controls the hill controls where they place the artillery. And this is, on an encounter, this is probably the only way artillery can genuinely be useful on Himmelsdorf. So, yeah, +1 to wargaming for that. But today I'm one of the fastest things on our side, and I've probably got one of the best guns, so I'm getting my ass down to the cap circle pronto. So, what do we have here? Now, this game doesn't start off too well, and we are losing quite heavily at one pace at one stage. So we got KV2 coming down the road. There's a 12T almost certainly already here. Oh, and a T25.
Looks like that one went right through.
Okay, so first shot fired, first blood drawn. T25, oh, 12T. And another Hellcat. Got to kill him. He is far too dangerous. Fires and he misses, thank you. And it's looking a bit hairy, but there's plenty of support coming. Yeah, plenty of backup. Now, these railway cars ahead, very, very deceptive. You can see I can shoot under the rails and hit that Jagdpanzer, and I do waste a lot of time trying to do exactly this. This is one problem I have with some of the maps that are in this game. You can find sometimes railway carriages like this. If you shoot them once, it effectively destroys them, and you can then shoot through them. I think it works on Ensk, I think it works on Prokhorovka, I know it works on Wide Park. But it doesn't seem to work here on Himmelsdorf, which is just, you know, what we ask for is a little consistency wargaming. So I waste quite a bit of time here trying to blow away these guys' cover. And not really, you know, it's not really achieving anything. I don't even know if they can fire back. It doesn't appear to be the case. But anyway, the Jagdpanzer makes a mistake, and we nail him for it. So, and then I realise their artillery's vulnerable. So I still don't have any kills yet. Oh yeah, come on. Gotcha. So there's my first kill. I mean, I've damaged a few, but that's the first one I've killed. Top tip, firing down between those archers doesn't actually work. I don't know what this T20 was concentrating at, but luckily it wasn't me. You can afford to take a shot or two in the T25/2 because you do have more health than a Hellcat. But, you know, obviously don't get shot if you can avoid it. So I knew there was a KV2 down here. And where is he? Oh, there he is. Kill number 2. So now my T1 heavy tank. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure. Okay, yeah, he's clear. And I'm going to kill this AMX. But the T1 pops out, gets 2 good hits on me. And that SG5 almost gets me killed by blocking me, but you know, he realises in time. And now let's kill this T1 heavy. Oh, or maybe not. Okay, KV3 is going to get him. This AMX has been winding me up. But I'm not completely stupid. I'll let the Su-85 stick his nose around the corner first. And I don't mind taking a hit or two from a Panzer 38T. Except it's not a Panzer 38T, there's a Tiger behind me. Ah! Right, so, kill number 3. T1 heavy tank has been dealt with by the KV3. So now there's a Tiger and a Hetzer back up there, but they're both on low health. Now the trick is not being where they expect you to be. And the Hetzers come down the road looking for me. Well, congratulations, you found me. Now, I don't want to go back down that road because the Tiger is going to think, oh, let's go and get him. So instead, finish off the 12T. And I was going to head around the south until I saw the Tiger coming out. And he's looking for me, but congratulations, you found me too. So there's Top Gun, 6 kills. It's just turning into a hell of a game. So they've got an M6, an M18 and a Panzer IV left. Well, I don't think I ever see the Panzer IV. KV3 kills him, I think. So that's where the M18 is. I mean, I know somebody was capping. Kill number 7, Boelters Medal. But it's not over yet. Now all they have left is an M6, and he was up on the hill. So myself and a KV3 here, and there's a T150 up on the hill. So if we start capping, he has to come down here to win the game. Or if he hides, we win anyway. So this is what I'm doing. Just driving in the cap circle, just to draw him out. And sure enough, fair play to the M6 driver. Here he comes. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, staying on the hill the entire game anyway, but, at least he didn't hide up there and just wait for us to come and root him out or cap. And I think he does get the T150. So, right, he's a 100% M6, tier 6 heavy, 600 health, 700 health, I don't know. A lot more than I've got, so I'm not going to face him. So the T150, sadly, can't get away in time. He's running away, trying to draw him back to me in the KV3. At least I assume that's what he's doing. But the M6 catches up with him, puts a few shells in his ass, and kills him. And I'm using my speed to get around behind the M6, knowing that he can see the KV3 in front of him, and his turret is going to be facing well away from me. KV3 puts one into him, and I will reload before the KV3 does, and before his turret can turn around. Kill number 8. And that was Boelters Medal, obviously Top Gun as well, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, and Reaper. All in one game. In a vehicle that I really don't like. And yet, I do get this kind of result in it. I mean, I don't always get this kind of result in it. But this is my second Boelters Medal in this thing. And I'm just at a loss to understand how that's possible. So, anyway, yep, that was the T25/2 Boelters Medal edition. It was a hell of a fun game, and I hope you enjoyed watching the replay. Catch you next time.